Okay, been meaning to do this recording or video if I put it on YouTube. So lately there's this word that's been bouncing around in social media known as gatekeeping. So apparently from my understanding, gatekeeping is where one is the authority of what's acceptable and what is not acceptable. What you can watch and what you can't watch. You know, like talking about a television show or anime or a game. If you don't play a certain game or console or watch a show of some type, then you can't be a fan of this. You're pretty much our enemy, is what these knuckleheads are trying to say. So it was brought to my attention, from a Bill Gates Lover 58. Uh, he did a couple streams over the past couple of days. Go back to the latest one about this dude, Black D Gamer or Black Sage D Gamer. I guess he goes by on Twitter. So his tweet went through a firestorm, and it got so bad that even Netflix had to chime in and roast this dude because of what he said. Now, I forget the shows exactly, but he said something about One Piece, Dragon Ball, Naruto, I think Hunter x Hunter, and a few others. If you don't watch these particular animes, if you only watch those animes and that's it, then you're not an anime fan. And mind you, this guy is a big time hardcore lolly guy. Like he likes the shows that have a bunch of harem and it over sexualizes the women. So that's what that is. That's his. That's how he gets down. Okay. So I'm sure he would love a show like this latest show, Redo of Healer. He's into that type of shows. So when you got guys like that trying to dictate what you can and can't watch, naturally ignore them. And if you want to, yes, you can roast them if you want to. But me, I would just ignore them, and they don't even exist, right? So you kind of have to look at that accordingly. I'm just putting it out there because it's getting kind of tiresome to see these people run their mouths and stuff, just really making themselves look foolish out here. And let me go to this other detail with on the gaming side with these morons from the Exile podcast, right? With their sole leader, Mr. Erock X, okay? So this dude pretty much came out with a video talking about broke people can't play video games if they're broke. Like, you shouldn't do that at all. You need to have other hobbies, like catching insects or something like that. Something ridiculous, right? Basically, if you have no money, you should not be gaming at all. And that had to do with the Xbox's price hike on its Xbox Game Pass from Microsoft. And when enough fans found out about it, and rightfully so, they told Microsoft how they felt about it, and they had to draw back on it. I think it went up like maybe $10 from I forget the price exactly, but man, it people naturally they didn't appreciate what Microsoft did, and they had to fall back on it, because it's already bad enough you got a new console out that's costing an arm and a leg to get with the Series X, and then you get a cheaper version with the Series S. And this pandemic out here and jobs is getting cut away, at least in the United States, does it really make a lot of sense to continuously increase your game prices and internet prices? Does it really make a lot of sense to do that? No, it doesn't. But, a guy like E-Rock is going to justify something like that because, whatever Microsoft does and what they do, they obey. Like a bunch of machines, they don't have any individual freedom of thought. And so they just obey. Microsoft or Phil Spencer, that's their commander or their god in a sense. So it's kind of sad to hear these older gentlemen talk like this, and then they go to talk down about how bad your generation is and how we make foolish decisions and we're broke and we can never get rich and stuff like that, as if that really matters when it comes to gaming, right? So yeah, you got those gatekeepers. So just warning you guys, whenever you listen to those knuckleheads on the XR podcast, just ignore everything they say, because they really are fanboys, And just because you play a different brand doesn't mean you have to consider their words as, you know, facts, right? So yeah, that's my take on gatekeeping. It's really dumb. It's nonsense. You know, you like what you like, and you really shouldn't care what anybody else has to feel about what you like when it comes to shows, and animes, and games, and things of that nature. It is what it is. Don't let anyone put you in a label, okay? And this will probably be episode 1 of JJ Wilson's Corner or JJ Starwind's Corner, however I want to title it, if I put it on YouTube. And I might talk about something related to being put in a label, and that can probably go beyond life itself. I mean, beyond gaming and anime. We'll just talk about life in general. Just not stop listening to people labeling you and stuff. Just be your own outlaw, be your own Ronin, so to speak. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on this gatekeeping crap. You know. But yeah, that's gonna be all. You guys have a good one.